Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're gonna look at Minesweeper, a Minesweeper game. Let's just hop into the game as quickly as possible. So, if you're not familiar with Minesweeper, you're supposed to find mines, and it looks like I'm being timed, so I should quickly click on something and just hope I don't automatically click on a mine. Let's see. Seems like there was a bonus timer that you would have had to move really fast to do. There's 3 bombs in this layout. It's a very small layout, and we've flagged none of them. And ooh, I just lost a life. Interesting. So that I flagged a mine because this touches 1 bomb. That's what the numbers mean. Is somewhere in around the number there's a bomb, and we can see this one is only touching 1 unrevealed thing, but then I lost a symbol over here. Boy, did this game need to explain itself a little bit better. So there's a trick in Minesweeper that most people don't know, and this is why most people can't play Minesweeper successfully. If you right click on a number in either Minesweeper or Minesweeper, for that matter, the Windows one that used to come with Windows and doesn't come with Windows 10 anymore, which is a crying shame that Windows 10 has no games without either going to the games for the Windows Store, and I believe the Solitaire now is this free-to-play ad revenue thing. So, for instance, this one says it's touching 1. Well, it's not touching this one. And if I right-click here, it won't work. It'll just highlight it. So it shows me right there. So you can, in smooth actions, actually right-click on this, right-click on this, right-click on this, and clear this. Right-click on this, right-click on this, right-click on this, and clear it. And that's level 1. But Minesweeper has a lot more to offer, I can see, than what you would get even on a basic Minesweeper game. There is one slight issue though. I can't figure out how to get to the main place, and oops. I can't figure out how to get back to the main menu without clicking X and exiting, which I'm kind of afraid to do. So we'll go ahead and mark these 3 since this one is touching 3. But that doesn't help around here or here. It does, however, this one marks this one, which gets rid of this 2, which then can get rid of this 1, which this 2 is touching 2, this 3 is touching 3, this 2 then has to be touching this has to be touching that, which gets rid of that. Now next time I'm going to try to do it without marking any just to get the bonus. What the points are for, I'm not certain. And the fact that we're playing on levels is certainly something that was never involved in regular Minesweeper. So all of these are mines, and I want to keep this bonus. This timer I don't think is realistic to get. Whatever this thing is, I have no idea. The problem I foresee here, though, is the way this all works. There's 8 minus the 4 here, so there's 4 mines down this path. And so this could be 1, 2, well actually it can't, so, and this can't be 1, 2, so this and this, meaning that's fine, 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 alright, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. See, that gave me the bonus here of 2,160 points, which is definitely helpful. So I wonder how many levels I can get to Flag 10 bombs, but if you flag them, then you get that. Interesting, a heart. Because I guess I cleared so much. Let's go ahead and not try to get the bonuses though, because that will certainly slow down our process a lot. Now there's certainly, the timer here seems to be kind of extreme, but Minesweeper can be a very extreme game, and I'm gonna just throughout this whole recording or series, if this goes on for a series, call this Minesweeper, because that's all it is. In fact, I kind of wonder if they couldn't have just called it Minesweeper. I don't know if let's see, I have 2 more bombs here. One is here and one is here. But if there's a bomb on either one of these, which there has to be, and there's a bomb on either one of these, that tells me actually this one is not one, which this one is, which then gets rid of that. That was a little bit of a logical flaw. Yeah, they probably could have just called it Minesweeper. I don't think Microsoft would have won that lawsuit. I don't think you can trademark something like Minesweeper because it probably has been used previously as a name of something, and it may just be too generic a name, but they're calling it Minesweeper, and I kind of get the idea there too. This is a better version of Minesweeper than what we ever got in previous versions of Windows. It's offering more, it's giving the player more direction. I will criticize it for not really doing any education of how the player should play, which was the problem with the original, with Microsoft's Minesweeper 2. Once you know the right click trick, it almost doesn't matter how big the map is. It can get ridiculously large. The number of bombs slightly affects it, so if I clicked like right here and hit a bomb, that's certainly gonna hurt the case. Now I had to click in once again because this pattern here actually tells me nothing. It's not helpful, so I had to move around from that, but that's not a huge issue. It just increases the chance of that early loss a little more than you would like, which is always there. You can see the mines are starting to get a little bit higher in their numbers. It's getting a little bit more tedious to eliminate things. Actually, this solution here is a 50-50 gamble, because the bomb could be here and the bomb could be here. And no amount of information that the game gives me is actually going to help with that. So we have one mine here, and we either have it's either one of these or one of these, and so we have to just either flag it, and it doesn't help, so I have to click one. Interesting, though. Clicking on the bomb only took away one of my hearts, and I still cleared the level. That's an interesting way to take away the game over aspect of this game and make this more palatable to a modern video game player. Interesting. I was not expecting that at all. I figured I had totally lost it then, and you can't pick up extra hearts that if you don't need them, so that becomes a issue. I'm gonna have this extra heart sitting here for quite a while. When you have a 2 wall here, it's gonna be kind of tedious trying to clear out everything. I've not played a ton of Minesweeper, not who really has. The Microsoft one in particular has little reason to want to play it after a while, because it's a very harsh game. I was taught the right-click technique not by someone in my high school. This kid that actually had come over from Korea, of all places, and he taught me how to play Minesweeper, and I'm like, oh, so that's how it works. See, we lost a heart, we pick up a heart. We've got a little bit of a problem here. There's either a bomb here, and a bomb here. And that probably means this isn't a bomb, which means that is a bomb, which means I can clear that, which means I can clear that. That's a bomb, and clear that. And then we filled in one pip here, and I wonder if maybe this is a level counter. And if we've done 7 now, it could be 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84, 92, 99, 100, maybe? Seems like maybe that's the factor. And now it's changed color, and I'm wondering about what the color changes mean. Also, let's see. Oops. There was one there. We'll pick up that heart. Click the wrong button. That is a problem even for somebody who's played more Minesweeper than most, is hitting the wrong button. Moving a little too fast can be a factor. Let's see. This has to be one. Then this has to be one. Which then means this has to be one. And then this. Another gamble here, but not as big of a problem, is it? You can just guess without having to worry about losing all the progress you've made up to that point, which is a lot nicer than standard Minesweeper. Well, I really wouldn't have thought that anybody would have been able to improve on Minesweeper on Steam, or anywhere really, and wherever you get the download the game, because I thought Minesweeper is pretty much a finished game, something with where you couldn't add anything to it. And all of a sudden, looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, there was tons of ideas you could have added to Minesweeper, and they just didn't really spend the effort on it. There we go. This is actually quite amazing. A much better version of the game. Wow, look at all those cleared. Oops. Moved too fast, made a mistake. Oops, made another mistake apparently. Well, let's go ahead and pick up a heart. I don't want to lose. Although that might be an interesting way to move forward in this also. I don't really know how far this goes. As a factor, like this game could happen to take an hour to beat all of it, or it could happen to take 4 hours, 20 hours. This is one of those games. What am I? Oh, I marked one extra mine somewhere. One of these mines is wrong. There. So I beat Jalapio, it said? Interesting. Level 10. Forward. Make it 10 forward, make it to level 10. Interesting. So there's achievements in this game, and I've just gotten one of them by making it to level 10. You can see there's some font work here that I have some issues with, I would say. I guess now we have to see if this is going to be the exit. Proceed to the main menu, your progress will be saved. Yes. So, let's look at the settings since we didn't bother to look at any of this. You could disable the question mark flags. You could take the highlight around there, and you could disable the right click open neighbors option. Let's try nostalgic colors and use a different font. Apparently this game was a indie game, and they were very appreciative of that. You have a very nice response here of thanks to for all your Steam reviews, and one of the achievements for just launching it is Indie Dev Supporter, which is interesting. I also have to applaud any game that bothers to have achievements built into the program itself, because not everybody has the Steam overlay enabled because it can be annoying, and it is kind of upon the creator of the game to highlight their own achievements. So of the achievements, we have start a custom game, pick a full heart container, one-upped, who knows, clear the whole world with one click and champion, pick up 113 hearts, so you're gonna have to play a while, have all 7 heart containers filled. Wait a minute, how do you get 7 heart containers? I only have 3. Step on 5,000 bombs, I've done 5. Flag 5,000 bombs, I've done 106. Make it to level 7 in less than 1 minute. Ooh, there must be something here. Make it to level 10 without any pickups. Make it to level 10 without a single mistake. Made it to level 10. Make it to level 20. Make it to level 30. Make it to level 40. And these question marks. So it doesn't seem like they go any much higher than 40, or they stopped rewarding it. Here's the how to play. Let's look at that and see how much it actually instructs you. Again, something completely missing or hidden in Minesweeper. Maybe you could have clicked help in Minesweeper on Windows and it would have told you some stuff, but I doubt not very much. This is the playfield with hidden bombs. To open the tile, click on it. Upon opening an open cell with a numeral indicates the number of bombs anywhere among its 8 neighboring tiles. Okay. Together, those clues let you guess where a bomb might be hidden. Flag it with a right click. If you click on a tile with a hidden bomb, you lose the life. That's the new feature that I love. Run out of lives and it's game over. Middle click or right click a numeral opening all its neighboring tiles, provided the number of flags among its neighbors matches its value. This can be turned off in the settings. This was never explained in my Minesweeper. When all the tiles except for the hidden bombs are open, you completed the level. Left click an item to pick it up, or right click it to save it up in the bank of hearts. The more you deposit, the better your reward will be. So this is the bank, and you have to right click on items. Interesting. To pause the game at any time, press P or click somewhere outside the game window. To toggle between full screen and window mode, press F. That you can also just click here to go to full screen mode. The game doesn't start in full screen mode. That's a slight problem, but not much. To clear all the placed flags, click the flag counter. Nice. Stressed, click on the timer to toggle its display. The timer will still be counted in the background. Nice feature, really. Most games wouldn't even have thought of that. Just say, I don't want to see the timer, click on it, it goes away. To see what's underneath an item, hover it with your mouse pointer to see through it. So, in case you can't see through the heart, giving up, hit F2 to restart the current level instantly. Note your score and timeline will also reset. Interesting. So let's resume with the new features. So, I have to admit, it does drastically seem better to have these fonts here, the different colors. We're gonna go ahead and store these up into the bank, and I guess that makes more pickups as it is. Let's see. Let's see. One there, which gets rid of that, which gets rid of that. Two here, which gets rid of that. So, yeah, the new font looks good. Now, the nostalgic colors, I think, also worked well with the new font. So, two things have changed here. Both the font has gotten bigger and the colors have been changed. So I assume then this bank is just going to increase as I play. So that is only going to help me further. So there's this long-term strategy that is also occurring here that it seems like it might be giving me more time by having the bonus bank filled in, perhaps. That might explain some of this. I can't do anything here though. There we go. So there's a bomb here or a bomb here, and I'm filling in the too many of these. Obviously there's a bomb there, and let's see, that gets rid of that and that and that, and we'll store that up. Nope, clicked the wrong thing. That's probably fine. So look, just turn that off. Interesting. So I'm kind of in a weird position though as far as recording this. I think I've shown almost everything there is to show, or all there is to really show. I assume every time you click new game you're going to get a different layout, so we can experiment with that, and we need to do a custom game, but it doesn't really educate anybody much further if I go down this. This is one of these games that in the end I'll probably just play on my own free time and enjoy it. I don't feel like there's a ton more things. I'm gonna have to just click this to show or flag here. I need to click 2 more pickups to get to this next pip, and this next pip would like this. So if I could get 1 more pickup, then I would be able to know what the next pickup is, but I'm certainly not going to make it to this point or this point. And I assume this is like a full heart container, or maybe there's a way to upgrade the number of heart containers that you have to do each game. That might make a little bit of sense there, because they do seem to indicate that at some point you have like 7, and I only have 3 right now. Or if there's any kind of permanent progress that you make, there doesn't seem like there's a way to reset that in the menu. So I bet it's not a permanent progress thing. I bet it's more of a power-up that you lose every time you start a new game. Of course, I have to also die to start a new game, and I guess that's the step we're gonna have to take here. We're gonna have to die so we can start a new game, so we can die again so we can start a new game, just to make sure it's different each time. It would be really ridiculous after seeing all these extra features and a really well thought out game design here, to then have it, wow, I am too lucky, to have it just be a single campaign that was created and it doesn't randomize at all. That would be silly. Alright, 2. What's one there? That's 1 life. And I guess that's fine to lose that life since we're gonna die anyways. Let's see. It's fine to lose that life since we're gonna die anyways, but it's kind of important to not. I've got 1 extra thing flagged here. And apparently it's naming a bad guy that we're fighting, but just kind of as a storyline thing. So yes, we get 1 more upgrade, and what does this do? Oh, it allows us to blow up a bomb and not lose a life. Interesting. So several heart, shield, I imagine it's the same power up each time. That's game over. And when you game over, you can retry the level, or you can go to the main menu. You can hold tab if you just want to see the board. Or we can start over. Let's go to the main menu. So, as far as achievements, I don't think that would have unlocked anything new. Let's play custom mode. Now, let's see. I want to also see nostalgic colors off with the new font, and custom mode 18 by 18. No, 18 by 11 is the maximum, and the minimum number of bombs is 2. So, custom game, flag 2 bombs. And apparently I got an achievement for that. And then, let's see. There was a bomb and there was a bomb there. Having something that big is super easy to succeed at. At best, you're gonna have to click 2 things. At worst, you're gonna click 2. At best, you're gonna click 1 and just clear and see. I suppose this is the best way you could streak. Actually, they found a combination where you have to actually click more, and we could sit here and streak all day, but it's not giving you much of a pickup as far as the power over here. So this is, the bonus is only 1.8, so you can see even doing this though, you have a not the largest amount of score. It's barely going up to 630 on a streak of 15, and I suppose I should go for just like a streak of 20 and see how long I can keep this up. I could do this all day, really, because I've made it super easy. Now, there is one factor here that I'm not a super fan of. It's this isn't really the biggest square grid you could make in Minesweeper, because there was a custom export in Minesweeper where you could have more squares and have 99 bombs. Maybe it's just a matter of scale, and this is not quite that big. And certainly it seems like they've designed this for a widescreen TV, so it's not just a 4:3 ratio, it's more of a 16:9 or an 18:11 actually, as far as the main resolution and the grid. So if you wanted to just make a giant puzzle, I guess that option is out, but you're getting so many other options that I can't really complain about that. Let's see, we're already up to 32. We might as well just go to a 40 or 50 streak just to see. So the next custom game I want to make will be to see if I can make something possible by having the maximum number of mines in the largest box and then the maximum number of mines in the smallest box, and just see if we can actually have a 100% fill on all mines. That would be a little weird too, because if you could do that, then technically you would automatically win, and you wouldn't even have to click the couple squares I'm having to click on all of these. Let's go just 7 more, and I guess we'll go to 51, so in case there's some achievement for over 50, and this is happening so fast. But this certainly isn't unlocking 2 or 3 achievements. It's, if it unlocks even 1, that's gonna be it. Interesting. One more. There we go. We've done 51. If there's any streak higher than that, then it's going to be your progress will be lost. That's fine. If there's any streak or achievement higher than that, that's fine. So your deck, we may start a custom game. That was unlocked. There's a couple of question mark ones here that who knows what those are for. Let's try custom mode now. So the maximum is 196 bombs. So 8. Now when you have 8, that actually means all of these are around are bombs. And then 8 again tells you they're all around. And 5 here is actually the maximum there. The problem is I only have 3 health. So if you're playing something incredibly difficult, you're still going to lose. So there was 1 square, as we look here. Exactly 1 square that didn't have a bomb in it. That's the maximum you can do. So on the biggest layout. It is kind of a shame you can't just have an entire screen full of Minesweeper, but honestly 18:11's more than enough. And as we lower the resolution, you have a 3x3 that's 9, and we can have 7 squares, it seems, which is kind of strange, because I would think you could have 8 bombs. So the slowest resolution here is you would just click here and then be told that there's 7 around it, which helps you none. So you click here and then level cleared. Why? Because the bomb revealed this. Why did the bomb reveal that though? That doesn't make sense. Let's see, there's 7, and I guess when you hit a bomb, it tells you the correct answer. Interesting. So, is there a way to disable that? Now that we've turned off the nostalgic colors, let's try the nostalgic colors with the original font. Let's see. One of the factors just built into the game seems to be that you have to get that extra help if you hit a bomb, which actually means they made Minesweeper a little bit easier, which is great because Minesweeper originally was too difficult a game. I will also say people need to upgrade their copyrights, I guess. It doesn't really matter to me, and it probably helps identify versions of games and when is the last time anybody bothered to update their game. If the game is perfect and it doesn't need an update, maybe the 2015 here is perfectly fine. It also may very well help identify like whether the game is abandonware. I don't think copyright legally it matters one bit. Ideally, I think video game people, if they were smart, would just put copyright and that's it. Just put the copyright symbol and that's all you really need. You don't even need the copyright symbol because that's not even like a legalese symbol. It's just something they made up to instead of saying copyrighted. So we could go back to 1 or we could go to 14. When active, you only have 1 life and no items will spawn, but each count doubles. Cluing neighbors won't get highlighted. Interesting. So if you want to play classic Minesweeper, it is here. And we now have the basic Minesweeper with the new fonts. I would get rid of the font. The nostalgic colors, I'd say it's up to people in general whether they want that or not, but the new font actually does kind of look bad in my opinion. I don't think many people would like that. It's hard to read, and legibility, it's like one of those cartoon Comic Sans fonts. So yeah, I wouldn't keep that. We can kind of see that we're almost 100% certain if we were going to start over again, we would get a different game. So let's see. The problem though is a new game. Let's get rid of that font. And I did want to point out the number of languages in this game is quite high. I guess you don't have to change too much, but to have English, French, Italian, what seems to be Russian, Spanish, German, Portuguese, and Turkish is quite a lot. And the game closed when I changed to English. Interesting. I'll play it. We'll launch it again. That's a strange reaction. This game's made by Pixel Prophecy. Resume. I guess I have to die, though. Progress will be saved. So that is one issue. But it seems like if you just start on 1, we'll look here. The bomb was where? I think it was right here. Yes, and the numbers are changing when the bomb goes off. Interesting. So that is level 1 that time. Let's see what level 1 looks like this time. Totally different. And this is very strange, but actually a good idea that the numbers change after you blow up a bomb. That's certainly something that happened. So you kind of never lose progress. We can start at level 14, and as I went up the levels to eventually level 40, I imagine you could start, if not at 40, then at least level 30 or 35, maybe 39. So you've got motivators here with achievements to keep on playing. You've got different levels to keep you playing. I imagine at level 40 it is probably somewhere around the 18 to 11 as far as size, and getting close to probably not 196. I doubt the final level is just going to be something that crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's something closer to like 100 bombs in the maximum size, which if you were to do that, let's see if we can lose here quickly and just give a general idea of how difficult that would be. Pretty difficult, but with enough heart containers and enough skill and enough patience, I think I could probably win this after a few tries. And see, this feels like the holodeck. This is a Star Trek reference for sure, because they made a Star Trek reference in the achievement here, 10 forward, and I bet most of this is going to be a Star Trek reference. That's what this symbol is too. I was looking at this picture and I'm thinking, what is this thing? And it's the door to the holodeck in Star Trek The Next Generation. Interesting. So this creator was certainly a Next Generation or Star Trek fan. That's gonna be it for this series, I suppose, or I'll call it the spotlight since we only did one video. I would highly recommend, if you want to play Minesweeper, get Minesweeper. There's nothing bad about this at all. Online scores, by the way. This game, when I first installed it, asked my firewall for internet access. I thought it was a little weird. Now that I see that it has online scores and it got my name right from my Steam account, we can see why it's doing that. That is something, again, not in Minesweeper. So this game is out Minesweepered in every way. It deserves that fine sweeper because it is much finer in a jeweler sense than the original game. It's a major improvement over Minesweeper, and if you want to play Minesweeper on Windows 10, which you probably got forced into installing, I know I did, go get a Steam account, come over here and play Minesweeper. It's amazing how much he thought to add. They added so many things that I never even considered missing. You've definitely thought outside the box and made this a better game. That's it for this spotlight. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is the subscribe button and the bell you need to click to see notifications for my new videos, and a playlist tab that has a playlist for every game I've ever covered. Finally, down below in the description box I have links to all my social media sites, so please follow and friend me on all of those. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.